Now we're live.
I don't want to be live
Why not?
because my toys aren't working. This is weak.
You should have kept it like it was.
This is weak sauce.
No,
My toys aren't working.
I'm your toy.
I like working toys. They
I'm
don't
broken?
work. Yep. So then it's gonna solve me is the fact that I'll have nice hot
I'm trying to make it live.
You're live.
Not on my Facebook. It's not public.
Well,
I'm trying to make it public real quick.
shame on you.
I know. We can start our intro though while I'm doing this.
Oh, we can. How nice of you. All right. Hello, everybody out there. Actually, it's your show. You should be introducing yourself first. But you're not going to do that, are you? All right.
I can introduce myself first.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm Lola. As you probably know, if you've seen IndieVolt live at all on YouTube. Um, let's see, I'm the co-publisher of Last Call Comics, and I'm the host of Geekgasm, which you are watching now. For those of you who don't know, Geekgasm is a show about things of indie comics based on the female's point of view. I want to get female creators on here at some point, and yeah, just have lots of fun. Guys are also welcome. It's not just for females, but I do like the female view because it's not something you always hear of. And tonight I am joined by Varian, who is drinking a pop right now.
I'm on loan from my beautiful IndieVolt Live. Steven Lopez says, "Yo,
Hi, Steven.
yeah, yeah." So I'm on loan here. I kind of want to go home, but
You're stuck with me tonight
yeah, she won't
until
let
I
me.
get a co-host.
Yeah, yeah, this sucks. But it's okay. There's better, there's worse ways to spend a Wednesday night, right?
Yeah,
Um,
you could
so
be sick like me.
yeah, I could be sick. I could be. I'm not. I'm alive and well. So you got a couple things to talk about tonight. You got some questions, and also tonight you're going to open the chat lines up, right? You're gonna actually put out the invite link so people can just come in, right?
Yep, it's gonna be an interesting night. Questions and answers. You're welcome. Anyone's welcome to join.
All right, so let's hit that intro and see what we get. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Yay. As you should remind your viewers that Geekgasm is rated TVMA
Oh yes.
DLSV.
You never know what's gonna be said on here.
Yeah, yeah. Horrible things. Horrible
We
things.
keep it fun.
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty professional.
So
However,
far. It's only the second episode.
mm-hmm.
Last week we talked about the size of my boobs, so
Well, people wanted to know, and they had questions, and you said any question.
well, for my viewers, yes, they are growing again. So I'll update with you the size very soon.
We talked about that yesterday when you went
We
live.
did.
They are indeed once again growing. So sorry for you. I mean, it sucks. But,
It does.
imagine all the free drinks you can get. So yeah. Let me see here. Sorry for you if you guys hear that echo. I'll try to get rid of it at some point. Let me see. There, move my microphone around a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Probably not.
Steve says I'm hot.
Eh,
Thank you, Steven.
you work with her every day. Yeah. The more you work with her, the less you start. Hot. Yeah. She's Lola. All right. So
Everybody loves me.
it's a whole bunch of coworkers I can I want you to hear it IndieVolt that I can tell you not it's not for me. So anyway, you were on IndieVolt Live last night, and
I
we were
was.
talking about one of the things we talked about on the show was if in fact you feel that comic artists are going to stop needing to get reviews based on the fact that crowdfunding is so popular. And you didn't really weigh in on that much. You kept pretty quiet on the show on Indie Vote Live. So, what do you? How do you feel about that? We didn't ask you.
About the reviews?
Yeah,
I think
like,
reviews are important.
mm-hmm.
Even if you are crowdfunding a book, reviews are still important because people that didn't fund your crowdfunding, sorry, um, they still might want to purchase the book and they want to know about it.
Zim Geek is watching. Uh,
Hello,
Steve
Zeb.
Steven Lopez is lucky guy. First time watching you guys. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate that. If you're watching, make sure you get a. You probably have given the video a like. Also, so you don't miss anything, you might want to check Indie Vote, which is this is also airs over on Indie Vote over on YouTube, and subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And so Randy's watching. Uh, is Lola? What do you read? Steven asks.
What do I read? Harley Quinn,
Mm-hmm.
um, Witchblade. Oh, what else do I read? Pretty much anything that's laying around the house.
Yeah, you had a. I remember you were reading a lot of Anita Blake,
Anita
the
Blake.
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anita Blake. Something else you were reading too. And normally before a movie comes out too, she reads as much as she can. Did you read Watchmen?
I did.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
I did. That was the second book I read.
Mm-hmm.
I read Civil War first, then I read Watchmen, and then I started on Witchblade.
So what we're gonna do is, I think would be funny is to let Lola read The Killing Joke, and then let her watch the movie, the animated movie, and we can get Lola's reactions right after she watches the animated movie. That'll be fun. We'll start a whole new thing on the channel called Lola Reacts.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll start doing that. That'll be fun. Read the comic and read and see the film and
Yeah, because so far it's like totally different.
yeah, it's always different.
It's all
Um,
wrong.
yeah. Have you seen the Harley Quinn anime, Steven Lopez? Are you talking about the one that's on excuse me, DC Universe, Steven? I know you've seen a couple episodes of that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I'm still on the fence. There's some parts that are funny,
Hmm.
but I really don't like Harley's voice.
No, not a fan of the Kaylee Coco.
No, I'm not.
Well, you like Penny.
I do.
You like the actress. You just don't like her Harley.
No, I don't like
Okay.
her take on Harley.
This is the Kaylee. Let me see here. I'm going to all right, there we go. Make sure everything is set here. Cool. Yeah,
Steven wants to know what we both think of it.
I do like it. I think it's trying a little hard in some areas to be a edgy series,
You know, it's
but
also trying to push. Uh, People might not like me for this, but it's trying to push feminism in a big way, in my opinion. Like, Poison Ivy and Harley is, oh, poor me, poor me.
well, I think
Guys are bullies.
well, yeah, the guys are either bullies or stupid in there, but yeah,
Yeah, and I don't like that.
yeah, it's. I'm trying to like it. I want to like it, and I'm only a few episodes in, so it could turn around. I think there's 9 episodes. Uh, Randy's got a bunch of his monkeys out there.
Spank.
Yes, don't spank those monkeys. Steven says he's a big fan of Penny. Um, Lola, I want to jump into a question here.
And Ralph is lurking about.
Is he?
Yeah. Hi, Ralph.
Just Lola dance with
Let's
Batman.
see. What does Ralph say? For some reason, not super excited about the new Harley movie, but it might change my mind.
Yeah, that Birds of Prey
Birds of
movie.
Prey looks awful. I'm just gonna say it. It looks awful. I I don't know. I'm gonna watch it and keep an open mind. That's all I can say.
It looks like
Why is Batman still twerking?
I was like, it's funny. That Harley Quinn movie, or Birds of Prey and the Emancipation or the fabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn, looks like the cinematic version of a toothache. I'm gonna have to sit through it, and I'm gonna have to watch it. And but I could be surprised. I could come out of there saying the movie was awesome. So we'll see. Because you know what, I didn't hate Suicide Squad.
No, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I didn't hate Suicide Squad. I mean, I know people were like, "Oh my god, did you like that?" But I didn't hate Suicide Squad. So we'll
I
see.
don't think it can be any worse than Green Lantern, though.
Is that
That's
like the
still like my worst movie.
can't be any worse than that last episode of Arrow. Sorry. Anyway, yeah.
Hi, Dave.
Dave the Supreme. Dave, I came across your YouTube channel last night, but I was on my medication and unable to hit subscribe. I was just laughing at everything on the screen. I was watching my clips of My Hero Academia and just really not there. Randy says, "Poop, birds of prey, poop." Poop emoji, sir.
That's what birds do.
Yeah. Randy, you not seeing birds of prey? No birds of prey for some geek. I see. I see. Yeah, I think that that movie when I see it, it's probably going to break my heart. It's gonna break my heart.
Dave says, "Damn you," and Randy has more poop.
Yes, yeah, people love.
That's what he thinks of it.
Let's see here. I'm doing something mean. There we go. All right.
You're doing something mean
Yep. There we go.
on my show.
Yep.
How
All right.
dare you?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I get down. Anyway. So I'm put a question up here for you so you can answer it. Although I'm not sure which question is which, so it's hard to see. But our good friend L. Nolan actually wrote in. It's actually a question reserved from IndieVolt Live. So we
But I
just,
took it.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
How many female creators do you honestly see at cons? And how many do you think might be proxies for their boyfriends? L. Nolan. Well,
Thanks for writing in, L. Nolan, and thanks for sparing your question for IndieVolt Live.
there, there's a lot of female creators. I see them all the time at all the shows I go to. I mean, you got your solo female creators, and then you got your couples. So it's a mixture. Hi, Trico.
I think there are some female creators out there myself that I've seen. I've seen a lot of female creators.
We know some.
Tara, Stephanie. I mean, there's so many to come to mind, and then there are husband and wife teams, like you said, and there are people who I have heard of people sending their girlfriends to sell their art. Now there are people who also send their wives because they're at another Comic Con, and that's totally fine. But I think if you're sending your having your wife pretend to be the artist or girlfriend, or if you're a girl but having your boyfriend pretend to be the artist, that's kind of it's kind of low. Do you think that happens, Lola?
It probably does. I mean, I don't know about it personally, but I'm sure there are some boyfriends that are having their girlfriends say, "Oh, this is my art," especially if it's a cute girl, because guys buy from cute girls.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Steven says, Lola, do you watch anime? And if so, what are you watching now?
We talked about this last episode. No, I don't, but I plan on it very soon, and I will let you guys know when I do.
Don't even watch anime. Zimgeek says, Proxy, great name for an IP. I claim it. Steven Lopez has never been to any Comic Con. Oh, Steven, you
Oh,
gotta
you
get out
need to
to.
go. You're missing out. It's lots of fun and hard work.
Well, yeah, if you're working them, it's hard work. But if you're just
If
sitting
you're
up,
just a fan going, it's fun. You have to go and tell us about it if you do. There's a lot of shows coming up, especially when the summer hits.
let's see here. And then we're gonna put the join in the chat.
It's early.
Oh, why not? We'll put it in there a little bit earlier. Why not? It'll be fun.
Steven says, my first time watching you guys. Awesome. I hope you enjoy the show. This is only my first episode for Geekgasm. I have been on IndieVolt.
The second episode.
The second episode, I'm sorry. But I have been on IndieVolt for a while. But I decided to branch out and do my own thing too. So I'm on two.
She thinks she's getting more popular than this, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, when you leave the collective of Randy and me, okay, and you venture out here on your own, okay, let me tell you what happened. You can't fly, okay? You're out here, you're making your stuff, you're making your big time, and you're gonna go out here, you done left the warm bosom of IndieVolt live. You left the warm bosom of IndieVolt to come over here to Geekgasm. All right, fine.
But you're on Geekgasm.
I am. Data Supreme says, any cons you're excited for?
Well, I was really excited for New Orleans, which was the beginning of this year. Next will have to be the shows that Randy Zimmerman puts on. I love going to those, the Flint shows. They're fun, they're small, but it's a really good time. And then, of course, Motor City, another hometown con for us. And I'm not sure what other cons yet. I'm still debating on which ones to go to for the year.
You just don't like leaving the city or the state. That's what it is.
I do like leaving the state. I have fun leaving the state. Education. I do bring the fun.
I think that as far as cons go, you should probably, for me, the ones I'm excited for, I really want to get back to a couple of shows we used to do every year. I do miss going to Wizard World, Columbus. I do miss that show. Didn't like the walk,
No.
but I missed the show because it's a long walk from our hotel. Well, not even a long walk from our hotel. It's just it's a uncomfortable walk from the showroom down the corridor, down out of the plaza that the convention center's in, down the street and across the street to the hotel. But I we stay at that hotel every year. It kind of became like I knew that place like the back of my hand. um, Zim Geek says smiley faces, and Dave says that's the best part about cons, the travel. See, not for me, Dave. Not for me. I don't too much care for the travel. You can keep the travel. It just if I could be magically teleported to the show, that'd be fine. Just magically teleport me there. Steven says, any of you Star Wars fans? That's a loaded question, Steven. No, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I'm a Star Wars fan. Lola, you consider yourself a Star Wars fan?
Mm, people are gonna hate me.
People already hate you. Everyone here, like IndieVolt hates you. Everyone behind the scenes here can't stand you.
Mm, I don't want to say no, but it's not a yes. I'm like in between.
Uh, and there was Randy says, road tripping. Dave is laughing at you, or laughing at me for my teleport me to con statement. And what did you gal think of the new Picard Star Trek series? I haven't watched it. I
Yeah,
haven't. I watched it.
it should be on
Um,
the list to do.
yeah, I haven't watched it, but I'll let you guys know something. Uh, I have never watched a lot of Star Trek. I have watched the original because I did that on Dare, but Star Trek and me, man. Give me Star Wars.
I've never watched Star Trek, so I watched
Uh,
Star Wars.
Steve says he's a no, so it's cool. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, at
It's
least I don't
something.
feel that bad.
Some people, hey, Star Wars has been very divisive lately. Either you love it or you hate it, and most people hate it, very much so. So,
I'm in the middle.
I'm bringing up another question here for you, Lola. Let's see here.
What you got for me?
Okay.
What's the dollar amount weekly slash monthly that your husband could spend on comics that you would be comfortable with?
Reptity City.
Reptity City? Okay.
Yep.
Uh, Thanks for the question, Reptity City. Um, it changes, but I know in the past I've let my husband spend upwards of $80 a week. So it just depends on what our budget is. But he's spoiled, so he pretty much gets what he wants.
I see there's some shocked faces out, probably about this Star Trek
I don't know if it's at
statements.
me or
Yeah,
you.
it's the Star Trek statements more than likely. Ralph says, "Geek minus half point."
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're messing up here. You gotta watch
I
them.
know.
Yeah. You know what? If you really want to piss off the chat, you can let them know that I've never seen the original Mad Max. I've never seen the original Mad Max ever. Yeah, so that'll really piss the chat off. I've seen the remake, but I've never seen the original.
I
With
know we watched a remake together.
yeah, with Mel Gibson in the original. There'll be a bunch of angry faces in the chat. There'll be a bunch pretty soon. We'll see them.
It
Uh,
happens.
yeah. So yeah, let me see. I'll put another question up here for you.
Let's see. This
I
one's
say, I say,
from
hold on.
Lydia.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Lydia. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are they going?
Sorry.
Turn his mic off. Hold on. Let me read these comments. Randy says, "You nuns need to see some good track." You what? Youngins?
Yeah,
Need to see some good track. Dave says, if it's gonna work, turn his mic off. And then Randy also says, Road Warrior is the best. Matt, yeah.
I'll take your word for it, Randy. I'll take your word for it. Well, Leah says you mentioned that most artists are insane. How do you deal with being married to one? Any special tips and tricks?
I got turned insane too. That's pretty much it. I just deal with it. It's fun.
Are there quirks?
Artists
Are
are
the quirks that
insane.
bad? Hmm.
Yes. Artists are insane.
Hmm.
But in a
How
good way.
how so? I mean, I've heard that we're like kind of. I mean, I think I've heard people say that you have to be insane to be in this business. But
Yes.
is I mean,
Like you, for example, you nothing's ever good enough. I have to take your work away from you.
yeah,
And the way you rationalize things is on another level.
that's true. That's true. I am.
I mean, it just takes time to learn how to deal with whoever you're with. I've been with him for 10 years, so I've learned to adapt and deal with certain things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, the fact that I can go into an art store and spend all day. Uh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, that
Steve.
happens to me now when I shop for you.
Mm-hmm.
For art supplies, it's like, does he want this? Does he want that? I'll just get both.
Steven says, "What? Never seen Mad Max? Okay, turn feather them." Yeah, we gotta get turn feathered. Yeah, never seen Mad Max. Not the first one. You know, remakes, seen those. I'll get around to watching the original ones.
Well, people can't blame me because before I met you, I wasn't in this culture at all. So I'm still learning, but I mean, it's been 10 years and I've learned a lot and I adapted to a lot and I'm in the industry now and I like it. But I mean, there's still some things that I gotta catch up on. So you can't blame me for everything yet.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
Then it'd be your fault because you're the one that got me in the industry.
You know, when you said the industry, it sounds like porn, doesn't it? Is that just me? Like you got me in the industry. You got me out here in the industry. I'm doing 18 scenes a day. You know, so just seems real dirty. The industry. Say comics. Got me in the industry. What? You know, because everyone out there knows what the industry is. You know, you got me in the industry. Sounds like I got you into making those flicks. Ooh. And next question is from Lydia. She says, on that note, your husband has other artist friends. How do you deal with a group of quirky personality types with hangups?
Man, all of his friends have different personalities. Like I said before, you just have to learn how to adapt to each one and go from there. Learn what makes a person happy, mad, what not to say, what to say. Just pretty much how you deal with anybody else. But it can be a lot of fun. I like hanging around a group of artists because you never know what's going to happen, what's going to be said, especially at a drink and draw. Get the artist liquored up. It's hilarious.
No, it's not hilarious.
Penises.
Was that what penises?
You draw a lot of penises.
Oh yeah, I mean, because the more we drink, the more juvenile we get. Um, Randy says culture. That's funny. uh, Steve says, "Do I have to send you the movie just to watch it?" We'll get a copy of it. I think I've seen some copies around at some of the video stores. We'll probably get it this weekend, and I'll
Yes,
force her
I
to watch it.
will watch a whole bunch of movies. Whoever wants me to watch a movie, put the movie in the comments, and I will write a list and watch them for you guys.
Deep Throat.
Deep Throat.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Behind the yellow door. Good one. Uh, Dave says, Lola, do you write stories? Do you write
Why
any
am I
stories?
still splatted on?
It's Geekgasm, so There you
Dave, I'm actually in the middle of creating 3 stories. I'm working on them now. I'm not going to say much about them. I want them to be a surprise. But yes, I do write.
And then Steve says, I've been to one of those drinking draws. I'm like 10 minutes to New York City. So yeah, you're in
Nice.
good old New York. New York. Exciting and new. I know it's not New York. Yeah, but yeah. Let's see here. Buckaroo Banzai says them geek. We have to watch
Well, you
that.
got the notebook, so you can start writing movies.
I blame all you guys. I gotta watch Buckaroo Banzai. And no one tell her to watch Doom. Doom, not Doom. Not watching
You gotta
Doom.
write a list.
I
You
got a
got the
list right
notepad.
here. Right, I could. Steven says you like scary movies. Yeah, in fact,
Yeah.
Lola was gonna actually be in a scary movie. Was it a scary movie or is it a documentary?
Documentaries about haunted places.
Yeah.
I like the paranormal. Going to like abandoned buildings and cemeteries and stuff like that.
Not me. You know what that is? That's for people, you know, for ethnicity. I like to hang out in graveyards, and I like to bungee jump off the Grand Canyon, and you
That
know,
would be fun.
no, look, you can have all that. You can have all that. It's hard enough being me. What are you gonna do for excitement today? Well, I'm gonna go to the mailbox trying to get arrested.
Poor Steven.
This is being with my ex is a scary movie. Was she that bad, Steven? Was she that bad this year?
And I've already seen The Notebook. When I was younger, I seen The Notebook.
I've seen that movie around here, and I try to hide the DVD every time I see it.
Did I bring it when we
Probably.
met? Probably.
Can't keep that movie. Oh, I've seen a guy crying. I seen kissing in the rain, and don't kiss me in the rain. It's cold. I want to get in the house. Move away. It's ridiculous.
Steven says yes.
What's she like, Steven? Was she not in the comics? Was she not a geek? I imagine that she wasn't. Hey, JR says, hey y'all, hey JR. Welcome to
JR.
Geekgasm.
Did you post a link that anyone can come in?
I did. I posted again though. We have an open show.
Nobody wants to come on with me.
I don't blame them. I can't say it. I blame them much. They're probably terrified coming here.
I'm not that bad of a person.
Steven says no, she didn't like that stuff. What she like, Steven? Was she does she like scary movies? Does she just like slice of life rom coms?
Chick
Yeah.
flicks.
I
Or no movies.
like a chick
Some
flick.
females don't like movies at all.
I like a chick flick every now and again. I have the whole.
You are very emotional. You're more emotional than me.
I happen to be raised by good parents, not a pack of wolves like some people. Anyway,
I was raised by Italians.
yeah, all she ever wants is when I get my check. Give me my cutter. Where's my cutter the money?
My taste.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Poor kids don't come on with their first, their damn first checks. Go give your mother her taste.
It won't be that bad.
How much did you make on your check? What is this? $50. What I do with this? And call me. Come in here. Come in here and get him. This fucking kid. Look at him. Give me a $50 check. What am I gonna do with a $50 fucking kid? Look at him, man. It's my
Your
Italian accent.
Italian is so bad.
Yeah.
My family would be so mad if they were watching.
Man, this fucking kid. Yeah, sorry to all the Italians out there. I just totally butchered the Italian accent.
Yeah, you're lucky Anthony's not in here.
I can't even do Anthony's accent. It's
It's
so out of
awesome.
it's so out of this world. It's like New Orleans meets Italian, and
Italian mobster.
yeah.
His accent's awesome.
I'm just call people. Yeah. You want I should hurt you? You want I should hurt you? That what you want? Um. So Lola, the question of the day was: are women in comics drawn too sexy?
Most people that know me know my stance on that. No, I don't think they are. People can draw females the way they want. I mean, I've heard some females say, well, that's unrealistic and stuff like that. But if you go look on Instagram and stuff, you can find that woman that has the so called perfect figure, skinny hip, well, waist, curvy hips, boobs, but the Barbie figure. I mean, people have thought before that my boobs were fake, and they're not. So I don't think women are drawn too sexy.
Well, I mean, let me go off on a rant here for a second. But when you have superheroes, I thought the whole idea of superheroes was that they are the idealized human. They are the idealized, mentally, physically, the perfection. And I get people wanting superheroes to be a little bit more lifelike in terms of how they should look. But at the same time, when you tell me that She-Hulk is peak female, like musculature, I think of a woman that's gonna be nice and toned. And I know art is also artist subjective, so some artists prefer to draw ways that other artists don't. But even Supergirl, we know how Supergirl is supposed to look. If you look at Superman, well, Supergirl should be just as toned and just as although she's younger, so I guess maybe that does have some sway over how she should appear. But I think that these characters should look like the idealized human form. When you see the ancient sculptors, you know, the mold these characters, I think that you look at Michelangelo, uh, you look at David. It's I mean, other than having a small dinkus, uh, he is you know, ideally, that's what they think men should look like. Dave asked, "How was your quality time being married to an artist?"
It's always work. We have quality time. It's not horrible, but I mean, owning a business together, a lot of our time does get spent on the business. When we have our downtime, we try to make as much quality time as we can, even if it's for 10 minutes here or 20 minutes there. We do what we can.
Yeah, I know that I try to get.
You muted.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I know that I try to do as much as we can, even if it's a weekly trip to the movies or something, just to get out the house. But it is hard when you run a business, especially as many businesses as we run. It is hard to get out and do some stuff, Dave. I know you've got kids, so you got to have parent. You got to have time to be a parent, time to be a creator, time to run the business and crunch numbers. And between the both of us, there's about 4 or 5 different companies. So, and plus, Lola's in college, so there's that. Yeah, there's a kid to take care of. So, there is, we're crunched for time, but you just try to find it. I think you take it when you can get it, because if you look for it, you'll never try to find it. Yeah, so you just take that day, like, hey, you know what? Friday, 11 o'clock, we're going to the movies, and that's that. and you just do it. Because if you're trying to plan it, nah, just do it.
Especially with kids, it's not going to happen. You have to make time.
Say it again.
Especially with having children, you have to make time.
Yeah, I think that I just being able to sit down at the table, I've cut my drawing time down to 4 hours just to be able to get something done, and and to be able to get something done, and um, have time to spend with kid, and then other businesses, other companies, to make sure they all stay afloat. Because if we don't run them, no one is going to run them for us. They said that's us. Yeah, I mean, so Dave, you know exactly what we're talking about. I mean, and think about that. You besides owning that, you have to also take into account the little things. Um, for example, going to the market. Uh, I think that for anybody married to a creative dinosaur, Eric
Hello,
Hudson.
Eric.
Hello, Eric. Um, yeah, I think anybody married to an artist or married to a creative, I would tell them, keep in mind that you could like end up doing a lot of stuff while that person is at the drawing table or writing or doing whatever it is they do. You might have to actually do a lot of the parenting and a lot of the grown up stuff yourself. So you might find yourself shopping, doing a lot of supermarket shopping by yourself, a lot of not bill paying, but making sure the bills are in the mail, things are paid. Sometimes Lola will remind me to pay the light bill, the internet bill, because
We got to pay that tonight.
yeah, 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 yeah. Dave Brock says take advantage when the time is available. That is exact.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
because otherwise you're
You're not going to get it.
yeah. And I'll post the link in here if anybody wants to come in the chat again. I will post the link, posting it right now. So if anyone wants to come in, just click that link. It'll bring you right in the StreamYard.
Yep, you're
Um,
more than welcome to join us.
I I don't know if I mean, and that wasn't something that we learned right away. We definitely
It was
have.
a struggle for a
Yeah.
while. For the first 2 years of our relationship, it was a major struggle. Like, I didn't really understand anything, and I'll admit I had a temper, and I didn't really like it. But then I started to see the big picture and fully understand what was going on, and I got more involved, and we just found the time.
What really happened, guys, is that she saw those checks coming in, that big time money from those prints, and she straightened her mind up real quick.
No, not at all.
Dave Brock says life is too short. My
Very
lady and I are
true.
in the industry and very rough. Yeah, it's I've seen this industry take its toll on couples. Um,
Yeah.
and Randy has told me that I'm lucky that we aren't in the I think late '80s, early '90s, because he said it was bad. Like there were guys out there stealing guys' wives. So it was.
I mean, there still is.
Mm,
It's just kept quiet.
give me your wife. It's messed up. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that some guys calling, "Hey man, give me your wife. I gotta have her. I gotta have her, man. I'm sorry. I have to kill him." Eric, I got your message. I'm sorry. I see it here. I'm gonna have. We have one
Randy, you
guest.
can come in. You're not going to interrupt.
Yeah,
We love to have you.
we have one guest tomorrow. One second. Oh yeah, we have Aaron Calamari. He's gonna be on IndieVolt Breakfast Bus tomorrow.
I
Um,
will not be on that show, guys.
yeah.
I go on the IndieVolt Live on Tuesdays at 9 p.m., and then I have my Geekgasm. That was said wrong. I host Geekgasm on Wednesday nights at 9, but no breakfast buzz for me.
Yeah, she sleep after a long geekgasm. She's
Yeah, I'm asleep after a very long Geekgasm.
that gnat from last night is back. Maybe it's his twin brother. I don't know. It's buzzing right around my face. Has to die. Has to die. And then the other thing is I've gotten out of bed. I've like people are gonna laugh about this, but I'm normally up drawing
Until
late.
like 4 in the morning
Yeah, by the time I'm getting up, by the time I'm going to bed, she's getting up.
with the
So
kid.
yeah. Um, Dave Brock says, "Have you heard of blue suede cartoons?"
No, I have not.
That sounds familiar to me. I could be confused with something else, but that sounds familiar to me. Blue suede cartoons. It can come up. Let's see here.
Is that your company or is that something else?
Oops. All right. I'm gonna see if I can bring it up here. Let's see here. Oops. Why does Lola's computer just like me? All right, there we go. There we go. See, Blues Wade cartoons.
He says, Dave says it's an incredible mashup artist and a dear friend of mine.
I'm looking at some of the art now. I just see some Spider Pig stuff. Rick and Morty. Is that Rick and Morty? Nice and drunk. I'll share it if you don't mind. Let me see here. I'm gonna put it up on.
Does comics with kids in our community.
Where are you from? You're from? Dave. Dave Brock. I know where Dave Brown is from. Is that some of their art? I like that Rick and Morty. I'm a fan of Rick and Morty too. I'll tell you guys a funny story. I did some sketch cards and had them at my table. And I come back and I think I did like 4 or 5 sketch cards. I come back and I noticed 2 of them were missing. I'm like, hey, happy day. You sold 2 sketch cards. How much, Lola? $1. I was shocked. She sold my hand-drawn, hand-colored sketch card for $1. I wanted to hurt her, but there were people around, so I couldn't. Grand Junction, Colorado. Is that Colorado? Yeah. Grand Junction. I don't think I've been there, but
No.
Eric, the Eternal.
We have a guest.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll bring him in. Hey, Randy.
Hello, Randy.
Hey there.
Have you been to
What's
Grand
up?
Junction,
Where?
Colorado?
I don't see a guest. Hey there.
Can you hear us?
There's an
I don't
echo.
know.
There's an echo.
There's an
Hang
echo.
Only in my headphones.
I don't hear an echo.
Between my ears. Yeah.
Let's see, Dave said
That's all
something
right.
else.
I took care of it.
Dave's the founder of the Justice League of Hope that helps families in his community and cosplay.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like hearing of a good cosplay community.
Yeah.
Cosplay with a cause.
Any type of positivity in this community is always welcome.
Yeah. I do
so
hear
yeah,
something now.
Rick and Morty. That's the only drawing that I've done at a con that I've had stolen on me. I did Rick as a bubble guppy.
Mm.
He goes, "Look, I'm Bubble Guppy Rick." had it in a sketch pad, and silly me left it on the table.
Mm.
So I come back and there's the sketch pad, no sketch. So
That looks fine. Dave, let us know. We'd like to have you on the show, talk to you a little bit about your cosplay initiative. And we give cosplayers a hard time sometimes, but when you're doing it for the community.
well, this is Geekgasm after all.
Yeah. This is
Giving
hashtag
them
cos
a
for hope.
hard time.
I give everybody a hard time.
Yeah. I see Eric. Eric, you said echo, but Eric, have you been to Grand Junction, Colorado? Been there?
Your mic is echoing now.
Is it? I don't know why. There we go. better now.
Yep, much better.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been. I don't. Oops. Now I'm hitting my mic. Wow. I'm just beating everything up today. You like my ghetto green screen behind me?
Professional.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's super professional. I'm coming to your house to do it next.
Are ya?
Yep.
That would be great.
So
That would really make Monica happy because she's upstairs sleeping right now.
What did you say?
I said you can ask Randy about how is it important to be married as a comic artist, how he handles it.
As a comic artist,
Yeah, we were talking about marriage and the comic book life.
Yeah.
Have you handled it?
the comic book life.
The comic book life.
Well, I learned from my first marriage that if you don't find somebody that shares the passions of your interest or where you want to go, make your livelihood at, you need to find another wife. So, and this time I stopped looking for any kind of companion, and was retailing when she kept coming into the store and buying comics. So
Nice.
then she initiated the conversation. She had a 5-year-old son, which is a single mom, and I had a 5-year-old daughter, who's a single dad, and we decided to take that. Maybe it'd be cool to take them bowling, and then we decided it'd probably be cool if the two of us went out first, just to see if we were kind of compatible. And we went on one date, and I was moved in within the week.
Awesome.
So, and that was a long time ago.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See you.
But we had our struggles. We were talking to my daughter earlier because she's having financial difficulties right now. But you go through a lot of years, especially if you're following your passion, trying to get it to work and make it work. And she's been the anchor for the relationship. She's gotten the health insurance, and she's got the steady job, while my job is well, unstable to say the least. Some years are absolutely crappy, and some years are some years turn out to be absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is to, when you're doing a freelancing work, because I do freelance commercial graphic work mainly, and comic book work whenever I can, or a lot of the commercial graphic work is sequential artwork. You try to prepare for the bad ones by saving up during the good ones. So, try to smooth it out a little bit. But,
Yeah. I know how that is.
been very fortunate that the wife is into comics, loves comics, reads comics. She had her favorites, none of which are probably in existence anymore. She likes her horror books, and she's a big Stephen King fan, and used to be a good big Vertigo fan until the wondrous last batch of sad Vertigo titles come out.
But Steve
and
says
completely destroyed the line.
Steve says so true. Got to find someone that likes what you like, or get them into it. And Dave Brock says, what has been some of your favorite things you created? What comic book stuff? Randy, what's your favorite? That's the only we've ever asked.
Well, see, this is why I didn't want to come on, because this is Lola's show. I didn't want to interrupt her flow. Be asking me questions. I've done a ton of stuff. We could talk all day, and it's not our show. This is Geekgasm with Lola. So, yeah. She needs
I
to
personally
talk,
haven't created anything yet. I am working on 3 books right now that I'm going to create. I'm not going to draw them because I don't draw that good, but I am going to create them. So soon I'll reveal them one by one.
Not being able to draw hasn't stopped some people from creating comics at all.
Let's not go there. We'll talk about this. If we want to talk about the industry, we can talk about the industry. Yeah.
Did you see my profile pic? Stephen King fan. It's the Stanley Hotel. Yeah, I was looking
That's
at
cool.
that.
Yeah.
And I seen Deadpool back there. Is that the gauntlet on too. That's cool. I can't bring it up. Can't bring it up large in that. I wish I could, but they got to put that in here. Let us bring up profile pictures a little bit bigger. Lola, have you found it hard to write your first, like, because you're working on 3 stories at once? Don't know where you got such scatterbrained ideas from to work on 3 stories at once. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Dave Brock says he proposed to his lady in front of room 217, where Stephen King stayed and created The Shining.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, that is real cool. That was she? Did you guys get pictures of that, Dave?
You know, Eric, he's actually not going to draw them. He's going to be doing a little bit of drawing, but not fully.
You know, fill-ins and backgrounds.
Yeah, a cover or 2, yeah.
Oh, no. I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say it. Sorry. He's your black space filler.
Gotta lay in those heavy blacks. That's me as Deadpool. I posed to my lady's Deadpool there. Yes, and video. That's awesome.
Good for you, Dave.
Yeah, that's something that she'll never forget.
Yeah, and that's the way it ought
awesome.
to be. You know, you're going to have a relationship like that, especially with, you know, shared interests like that. Then that's the way to go. Our first date, we went out and saw Beetlejuice at the theater. That'll age me. That'll date it right there. And like I said, we were moved in within a week. It was just instant chemistry.
Yeah, you know.
That's kind of how me and him were. We met in July. By August 1st, I was moved in. And then a couple days later, he proposed.
There you go.
And we've been together 10 years.
Took me a couple years and a kid, but you know, I got around to it.
I tried to get out of it several times. I tried to get.
Well, neither one of us were interested in getting married when we met, and legally she wasn't able to because she still had a husband out in California, so she was very estranged from.
But don't forget to add your fluff. Oh, speaking of fluffy clouds and happy trees, Renee, I want to show you something.
I'll be right back. Fluffy cloud and a happy tree.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Beetlejuice.
Yep.
I love Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's
yeah.
very good for Burton. It's very unusual at the time. It's fun.
So you got any work you working on, Randy?
Yeah, I'm working on Spank right now. I'm taking a couple of days and concentrating on the... oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I wasn't going to announce anything until it was done. But I'm up to the usual monkey business, put it that way.
Okay.
Just working.
Randy, you told me
I keep forgetting we're on the air. She asked me what I was doing. I said, "Yeah, I'm working on Spank right now." Like, oh, wait a minute. I wasn't going to say anything.
You told me for a while now that energy drinks aren't
good for you.
Aren't good for me. But could you deny me? You can't deny this one is good for me.
I have. Oh, is it a What's the date on that puppy, buddy?
It's new. It's the positive energy.
Is there an expiration date on that? I don't know. Bob Ross would promote energy drinks.
Positive energy drink.
Positive energy drink. Yeah, there you go. What's the caffeine count on that? What's the ingredients? Read off those ingredients for us, will you?
Okay.
Read it off. It's 160 calories.
Yep, 160 calories. Total fat 0, sodium 7%. Total carbohydrate 41 grams, 15%. Total sugars 40 grams, includes 40 grams added sugars, 80%. Protein 0%.
Ding, ding.
Potassium 76 milligrams, 2%. Niacin 13. Yeah, okay.
Keep reading, buddy.
Niacin 13 milligrams, 80%. Vitamin B6 1.4 milligrams, 80%.
I'm not one to
B12.
talk because I'm drinking a flavored water drink right now that's hyped up on aspartame. That's probably screwing my nervous system as we speak. So
The caffeine is
there we go.
caffeine content is 100 milligrams. You said
It's
what?
100.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
You got
I got Rockstar.
Just just mainline that stuff. That's all. Get an IV working. Not a problem.
Steven wants to know when you drink it, does it give you wings?
this probably makes me see happy rainbows and trees because it contains fructose corn syrup and citric acid and sodium citrate. And
It might give you fleeting feet to the restroom.
yeah, this is
He has been taking a lot of bathroom breaks lately.
We're on an express train to hell.
I got these Bob Ross's alone. These Bob
He's,
Ross drink.
he's okay. I'm sure you could do the voice a lot faster than I could.
Hello, boys and girls. Is this Bob or is that Edwin? Hello, boys and girls.
That's Bob.
Yeah.
We gotta get Randy's opinion about our main topic today.
Oh yeah.
So we were talking about
Women?
females in comics.
Let's
Do you
hope
think they're
so.
drawn too sexy?
In modern comics?
Yeah.
No, they're just but that's, don't get me started on mainstream comics. We're supposed
Well, I
to be
mean,
full of positivity and
Mainstream
light.
and in independence. Just comics in general.
Really, it all depends upon the artist. You've still got artists out there that draw women incredibly well, and you have artists out there that draw, something that's kind of supposed to represent the female species. It doesn't quite make it. Kind of a fusion between the two, and and if you complain about it, you're just a misogynistic male, But in
Yeah.
times like that, you lean back on your Esteban Maroto vampirellas and you dig up a few heavy metals, and even Frank Thorne. Quite honestly, Frank Thorne draws better women, or drew better women back then than what you'll ever see out there now. Thorne's got a real rough style. So you probably don't even know who that is, do you, Mr. Variant? So that's okay.
No.
No, that's all right.
The other day I asked Randy who was Russ Manning,
Russ Manning.
and he
Said, yeah, he's just some insignificant little artist that drew this little strip called Tarzan for 20, 30, 40 years. Nobody knows who that character is. His last assignment was drawing the first, I believe, 2 years of the Star Wars comic strip before he passed.
Eric says if you ain't hitting the White Claw, might as well drink water.
White
I've
Claw.
never had White Claw. My cousin drinks it all the time, though.
I've drank my share of Kraken. Is that close?
Never had that either.
Oh. I had
But I
a little,
swore off Jaeger. I won't drink Jaeger anymore.
yeah, little convenience store up the street while it was still there. Walked in, and the guy goes, "Have you ever tried this? It's Kraken. It's a spice rum." He says, "You're gonna love it." I went home and came back a couple days later and got another fifth, and I said, "I kind of love that." It's really good. Mix it with Coke, and what was really good about it is that it gave you all of the effects from. It was a high potency rum, but I didn't wake up in the morning with a hangover or feeling remotely drained. I just woke up and everything was good, and I'm like, wow, I drank last night. I should be, dragging my butt. But Eric, he didn't know who Wally Wood was either until we had a talk. So. That's all right. These youngins all need themselves an edumacation. That's what it is. That's all it is. They just got to get to know the classics.
Yeah, I didn't know Russ Manning.
His ideal artist starts at Michael Taylor, or not Michael Taylor, Michael Turner, and doesn't go much backwards from there when there's all of these other great guys. There was a time, son, back when working in the Silver Age, where everybody pretty much in comics had a very distinctive style, and you don't see that very often anymore.
No, not really.
Yeah, and now we have everybody kind of draws alike now.
more encouraged to draw with their own individuality instead of in a group think. But I think that seems to be the entire uh, added atmosphere of the whole country, is to get into the same group thought, or to be in group thought A and hate group thought B. So
Now, Randy, do you think?
Well, I'm gonna be in Group C.
here we go. Right now, I think you're in like group H.
Yeah,
That's
I am.
okay.
Eric says millennials.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, as Steven says, I think the guys in comics are way too muscled there. Not what we look like now.
Well, it all depends upon the book and the artist, and how they perceive their interpretation of the human form. That's all.
But when you think of superheroes, most superheroes are built, whether it be male or female. They're just gonna be that perfect figure.
Or what is perceived in the culture as the perfect figure.
The perfect
at the
figure,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. You go back and look at the old Victorian paintings, and those women aren't in shape at all compared to what today's ideal female shape is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, but back then they were painting the hotties.
Eric said, "Yeah, where's Dad Bod Man? Yeah, Dad Bod Man is a."
That's why they had Thor in Endgame
Yeah.
deck out, so that the guys with my figure could have something to cosplay.
Superman, Batman anime. Yeah,
Yeah.
those had it was very broad shouldered. Have you seen those new toys, Randy? They got the new McFarlane DC figures.
No, I haven't seen them.
Mm.
Buddy, they can't be any worse than the JLA figures that they kicked out, 10, 20 years ago, where everybody had a defined muscle structure because some idiot named Jim Lee liked drawing muscles and keeping people cut, So all the characters are all gargantuan, Conan the Barbarian looking muscular cut characters, even the women. So, yeah, muscle on muscle, Steven. Right, just like that.
Yeah, I mean, I learned musculature from Bern Hogarth and a guy named was it his art book is just
Well,
John
see, at least you
Mayer?
know who Bern Hogarth is.
Yeah.
He knows something.
Only reason I know him is because I got an art book.
Yeah, that's a guy that does the art books.
Yeah.
Right.
Bern Hogarth is the guy who does the art books, right? And Kubert's the guy with the school.
Yes.
I know what Kubert's.
There's two. Two out of about 200. Well, they're still uncovering people, because the comics were such a stepped on art form, especially when it first started. They didn't keep track of nothing. So and they used whatever they could find. Here's a comic story sitting on the floor in the production office. I figured that we might as well throw it in the such and such tales. That's why a lot of these were anthologies to start with, because they were all the direct cousins of the strip collection. So that's what comics started out being, was strip collections.
I'm surprised that they've got I was looking at a documentary and they had a lot of women working over at Disney.
Yeah, they did.
Women are cheap.
That's not nice to say.
Well, no, the women are cheap, are inexpensive to get to work. They'll work for less wages than men, especially back Disney. You do your history and look at Disney. Disney was not, as idolized and as straight up of an individual as you think. A lot of history gets well. That's Disney talking about Disney. So of course he's going to be on a tall pedestal. But you get in there's been a number of tell-all books come out from people that have worked behind the scenes at the Disney studios, and they'll tell you that was a sweatshop. Sweatshop for sweat wages. A lot of times where Disney was worried that he didn't have that week's payroll even because they were so freaking poor.
Well, they mentioned some of that on the documentary that we've been watching.
Do you think, Lola? Now you've kind of transitioned. Transition a lot.
I
Lola,
transitioned?
yeah,
That's
You
still
really
new
have
for
to be.
me.
We really have to be careful of our terminology on this show.
yeah, we do. Yeah, no, you transitioned from a booth girl, a
Yes.
booth girl with no idea what you were doing, to actually running a company and being a part of the decisions of what we publish at Last Call and what we the day to day
Day to day.
as a female.
Well, let's hope the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. As a female, is that is that scary to you? Do you ever felt like people like some of the people that we've had come to the doors don't respect you because you're female?
Yes.
Mm.
Some of the people.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
your whole answer right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Elaborate. Go ahead.
They just don't listen to me. I'll say
Huh?
something or how something should be or how something's going to be, and I just get looked over, ignored. They just don't respect me or pay me any attention.
Do you think that's a problem in the industry though, like with females in general, or is that just because everyone wants to talk to me because I'm the man with the plan?
I mean, I don't know every person's situation, so I can only speak from experience. I would hope it's not like that in the industry as a whole, but from what I've personally experienced, I tend to get, not even tend, I do get looked over and not listened to.
What? No, just kidding.
Now, what's funny is that
I was just waiting to do that.
what's funny is that we go to shows and she runs the table at the shows. She runs the table at all the shows, and sometimes at the show I don't know what's going on. We'll be at a Comic-Con and I won't know what
Sometimes.
Yeah, well, all the time, pretty much. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on at these shows. What we sold until I get back to the like the room like the next night or that night. Excuse me. And she'll tell me, here's our sales, and we suck, or we did really well today. And so she is an important part of it. And I've given her, and she's taken several jobs, and especially when
Because I want to give you more time to actually just focus on the art part of it. So that's why I do most of I do all the finances, I book the cons, hotels. I try to take care of all that so you don't have to worry about it and it'll be easier on you as an artist.
She works hard, so you don't have to.
Pretty much. But I don't mind it because I support what he does.
Right. Yep.
And I want to push him to do what he has to do with his art.
Mm-hmm.
I model for him when he needs poses. I look over his work. I edit his work when he asks for it. I do graphic design for him, and I handle the company too.
Yeah, see, some of those jobs she does better than others. Um, no, there are times where she, I do know, that she might have trouble because I've had people, well, I don't want to listen to what she says because she's just, she's your wife. I don't want to do what she says, but she's put a lot of money in this company too. She's put a lot of money, a lot of time in it. And I think that if you are partnered up with a spouse, we got some people coming on the show in a couple weeks, coming on Geekgasm, a husband and wife team, and they are, they work together. And when you have those that type of partnership, you have to figure out a way to make it work. You're not gonna let a contractor come to your house and do work and totally like look over your wife when she's telling them, well, I want yellow walls, even though you don't want the walls to be yellow yourself. She wants the walls yellow, Okay, the walls are gonna be yellow. And we we've usually when those problems happen, I think we iron them out, or the person finds himself without a publisher. Um, but yeah, I think I don't really think that you have had that problem in a couple years now, at least 2 years, unless you felt it and hadn't said anything to me.
Deal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Randy, you had there were females that worked at Arrow.
Not
Did
very
they?
many.
Never. Did you ever see like females at Arrow maybe get
Well, that
disrespected at all?
and again, this was back in the Arrow happened back in the early 2000s, like 20 years ago. So there were a lot fewer women working in comics back then than what there are now. So, and a different attitude uh, around that. The whole, all the culture was in a very much a different attitude. Sorry, I'm working while we're talking. So,
No problem.
but what was the question? Yeah, we had women there. I didn't treat them any different than what I did any other worker working at Arrow.
We had something weird at my very first
But
company.
but
We had
I'm
models.
unlike modern comics or mainstream comics. I didn't hire or print somebody's work because of who they were. I printed their work because of how good their work was.
Hmm.
Are
So
you controlling the board?
I am.
Okay, go ahead then.
Rebel Comics and Gaming says hello, Larry. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, Larry's someone with a sexy girl character, and again, we're talking about if girls are too sexy in comics and if that's a problem. I think that there may have been. I mean, in the '90s, early 2000s, I know they had a lot of bad girl comics. Barbed Wire. What was another one I seen? Was it Divine Right, Divine Justice, something like that? There's a couple of them.
oh, there's so many of them that you could spend an entire show
Would you
just naming them.
would you consider Eon Flux a bad girl? How about you, Lola?
A bad girl?
From the Bad Girl books, you know, was it Babes, Booze and Guns, like Barbed Wire, Vampirella, I guess Lady Death.
Well, sorry to jump in, but Eon Flux was kind of a experimental uh, female character too, because a lot of her show and a lot of her movie just didn't make sense, and that was some of that was done on purpose.
Yeah, yeah. I remember watching Aeon Flux as a kid, and it's like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Maybe it's too smart for me.
That was the cool thing about Liquid Television, where Ian Flux started from, was that there was a lot of really interesting cutting edge animation stuff going on there. And I think animation's been at a loss since shows like that stopped happening. Um, they had another one that was on Trip something, that was on Comedy Central for a short period of time, just a few years ago. That was really good.
We have from IndieVolt Radio, and Ask Me Anything. Uh, Lola, would you be interested at all, or and do you think anybody would ever want to join an all-female ran comic book company?
Mm, I'm sure there might be some out there. I don't know any personally, but I'm sure some females would do it. I'm, I'm not against it,
I don't
but I
know of
mean,
one that's been ever been remotely successful.
Mm. I didn't know there had been one. There had been any.
Well, and again, you're talking about a market where females haven't been very predominant, and to have them in the comic market is an oddity, and the ones that were there fought to be there because that was their passion, that was their love. Trina Robbins and Ramona Fradon and Marie Severin and the really female comic creators back then are very few and far between. It's a lot more diverse now, especially in the indie market.
Eric says Margaret says Flux was an anti-hero. Steven says I love me a bad girl for a little good and her like the anti-hero. And then Eric says not in Japan. Yeah, in Japan they there's a ton of women doing comics, but
Yeah. Well, Japan's like a whole different country.
I think an all female label nowadays would be very interesting to see. I want to see what they were kicking out. I'd be very interested in those first couple books.
And again, it's
With that,
that problem that we've discussed on IndieVolt before. You get outside of the states, and comics are treated completely different than what they are here. It is literally night and day. So, being a comic artist over there is a lot more acceptable for everyone. Of every type.
And what were you saying, Lola?
oh, when it comes to an all-female comic book company, the only problem I see happening is that females are catty. When you get a group of females together, they're going to be catty, and eventually it's going to fall apart. So I don't know. It's a good idea in theory, but I don't know how successful it would be just because of how females are.
The other problem is that you get like someone like me to come in there and do the inking. All the women are in love with me. They all want to spend a night with me, and I can't accommodate them all. I just can't. I try, but I can't. And
Just a second. Let me check my shoes. Nope. Didn't step into any of your shit.
I'm stepping around it all the time.
I bet.
He says, I love some of the old 90s MTV cartoons like Spawn. That Spawn cartoon was on HBO, but I have the DVDs. I
Yeah.
caught the DVDs on sale at Walmart years ago for $3 a pop.
Spawn is awesome.
Yeah.
The Spawn
We
cartoon
got
is
figures.
incredible. Yeah.
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 It's occasionally they put it up on Amazon. Occasionally I watch it, and then I remember my son's at home and he has a bad habit of walking up behind me. What's this? I'm like, sit down, son, of Spawn. What's funny is that my dad let me watch that. And I know if my dad let me watch it, that means that I was still like under 12 years old.
Well, it was a cartoon. What's it gonna hurt? I wish some of the networks would have that attitude.
Yeah. Right. Lola, how old were you? Well, how old were you in '89?
Careful, we're live.
Batman came out in, was it May?
You said in what year?
'89.
In May of '89?
Yeah.
I wasn't born.
Yeah, so summer of '89, you weren't born yet. I went to the theater to see the first Batman movie, so
I stood in line for a few hours to be the first ones in to see it.
yeah. Jeez.
I was in my
Because I knew
mom's
it was gonna be
stomach.
hot. Yeah, that's my obsessive fan period.
I was in my mom's stomach, so
Eric says, Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix kind of brings that edgy animation back. Love, Death, and Robots, if you're looking for some edgy animation, is on Netflix. Dreaded Dinosaur says. Gotta
Cool.
check that out.
I have to check it out.
I think that I've been watching a lot of it. I did watch some My Hero Academia last night, so I'll have to get Lola to watch it now. So by the time they make that live action movie, she'll know what's going on.
Is that any good?
My Hero Academia is actually, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got access to it. I just haven't sat down and watched it. So
Steve says, what happened to that show Spawn? They never finished. I think that they had. I think that they ran its course, and it probably was too expensive to keep doing.
I think it just wasn't renewed.
Yeah, those shows tend to be. It's kind of like that Blade show that was on Spike TV. It did well, but they said it was too expensive for the young Spike TV network to keep
Well, it's
producing.
Spike too. They're full of anyway. Are they even around anymore? I don't think Spike's around anymore. They call themselves something else, didn't they?
Yeah, they switched to.
Really
Do I
quick.
make you feel old, Tracy?
Yeah,
Is that what
Tracy.
you're saying?
Yeah, she says, "Oh my God, that makes me feel so old." Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. She was not here in '89. She was not here yet. Um,
Yeah, you get used to it after a while. Not around in '89. Jeez, I was standing in line for Batman. Oh, well, never mind.
December of '89 is when I came to be.
yeah. So damn near 1990. December 28th, 1989. So
Yes.
like 3 days left in the year. Um, James Eric Hodson says, "My hero does what American comics can't: make superheroes interesting and relevant." Ooh, sick burn. um, it's a shame that that's what's happened. That's what's happened. That we have to look at American comics as almost not relevant, not interesting. But it's the
Well, that goes back. We've discussed that before on IndieVolt about the silly demographics survey or whatever, and the fact that comics have stagnated for 30 years. Well, in the meantime, anime and manga has thrived and have attracted. That's where the female audience went that Marvel and DC did not want to cater to.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of females that are into anime.
yeah.
Lola, why didn't you ever get into anime? What was it? Was it you're too busy listening to rap music and twerking?
Probably. I was bad growing up.
See.
I'm not proud of my past. But I
That's all
mean,
right.
I also wasn't
most
introduced.
people aren't, so don't.
I
don't worry
wasn't
about that.
introduced to any of that. I wasn't really introduced to Marvel and DC or anime or any of that. What I knew was Spider-Man, the X-Men, Batman, Superman, but not really past that. I just seen movies. I didn't know anything else. My family wasn't into that stuff, so I didn't know about it.
Yeah, well, your dad had the Batman bathroom, right?
No, Spider-Man. Spider-Man. He was a big Spider-Man fan.
Shameful. Shameful. Steven Lopez says, "I'm waiting for another season of The Rising of the Shield Hero." Rising of the Shield Hero just got the Worst Anime Award 2019. Worst Anime Award for its politically, what was it, Eric? They said it was politically insensitive?
For its non-wokeness.
Yeah. Eric says, "My wife doesn't read comics. She loves manga and anime, though. The stories connect with her." And Rob says, "What's up, Team Volt? What's up, Rob? How's it going?" Rob is the
Tonight.
Rob is the creator.
You're welcome to come on, Rob, if you want.
Yeah, really.
I started reading your books today.
Yeah, she had she told me.
I read issue 1 and 2 so far.
She told me that someone got violated in your book. Someone gets violated. I gotta make sure I read through it now. Violation in here? Oh, I'll check this out. Check out this man's fetish agenda.
No, he does not push a fetish agenda in his books at all.
Not yet. Not yet. That's what he's working his way around. That's how they do it. See, they get you. They act like it's, oh no, it's totally cool. Then next thing you know, he's selling you life-changing socks. That's how this goes.
Yep.
We'll see how the 3rd issue is.
Yeah, he's life-changing socks. It's women's stuff, so it'll be like life-changing, like underwear or something. It's horrible. It's horrible. Not your book. It's just says it's a rough moment for the character, and Fuck that. Steve says F that. I don't care about. I love that show. Yeah, they gave it. They gave it a really. It upset Eric too. I sent it to Eric and he tweeted it, retweeted it. Didn't like that show. They didn't like. I think that there's a time where some of these critics have to step back and let me know how you feel about that. These critics have to step back and stop being so criticky. No, they have to stop being like.
They need to stop being babies.
Yeah, like I don't like this show.
Stop whining about everything.
They have a new word, and their new buzzword is problematic. And when you hear that word problematic, it doesn't mean anything. It means we don't like this, and we don't have to tell you why we don't like it. Just know that it's problematic. That's what they tell you. It's problematic, and we don't like it.
Well, then give me a reason why. That's not satisfactory at all. I want to know why.
We gave you a reason.
Just
It's
lazy
problematic.
talk.
No. No. What's the problem with it then?
I said it's problematic.
You still gotta tell me what's wrong with it.
Eric says Ann is woke AF. They can pound sand. Yeah, it's the Anime News Network, and that's who wrote it. And they said it's Shield Hero. The Rising of Shield Hero is a horrible anime. It's politically insensitive or something like that. But yeah,
It's
so
just because it doesn't push the agenda, the correct agenda in their mind. That's all.
pound sand.
Doesn't please the weirdos.
Steve says that breaks my heart. Yeah, it's Anime News Network. Steve, if you get a chance, maybe look over that article and you can see what they're talking about. They said that that anime, I think who the hell are they? Well, I guess they're Anime News Network. Like, who the hell are they to give, an anime, bad ranking, because it's problematic, and I keep seeing that word pop up even on my timeline from people. Oh, this is problematic. This rapper is problematic. This.
Why?
They
No, that doesn't work for me at all.
they don't have a reason. It's just that's their
Well,
buzzword.
then it's not a problem at all. It's not. I'm sorry to say, stop just whining. If you have a problem, say what your problem is.
My fifis will hurt.
Boo-hoo. See, you know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
It makes me really mad. People just need to grow up.
they don't want to grow up. Growing up is for adulting, and now I want my Chucky milk and chicky nuggies, and
And have a passy.
I'll take my diaper change. That's probably something that Rob Anderson can help with. Rob.
You want Rob to help you get your diaper changed?
Well, no, but he's pushing that fetish agenda. Rob, I gotta talk to you about some of this stuff too. I've been looking this stuff up. There's some sick people out here. You know what a bug chaser is? You know what it is? Rob says, problematic means you won't bow. And Steven says, who are they to...
I'm not going to bow to anybody.
Steven says, who are they to tell me what I like, right? Yeah, I mean, they control the media right now. They'll get your favorite show canceled quick. And Eric says, problematic equal, I can't deal with my feelings. I need some crayons and a Snuggie. It's crayons
In a warm bottle.
I'm not gonna even lie, crayons and a Snuggie sound real good right now. You give me a Guardians of the Galaxy coloring book,
Just a
my
bottle
Snuggie.
of what, though?
A warm milk bottle.
Yeah.
Ah,
I need some crayons and a Snuggie. That's all I need. I'll be all right. I'll get through this. I'll use my coping skills. But yeah, Rob, I had no idea what a bug chaser was. Apparently, there are people out here who go out to try to get diseases.
oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Eat the worst diseases possible. I mean,
Yuck.
yeah, yeah. And I didn't know this until diving into that. Not into being a bug chaser. I'm talking about into the, like, hey, girl, what do you
Wow,
got?
no, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's called bug chasers, and I'm like, oh my god, people are doing that. Anyway, so look it up. Look it
They
up.
might
See,
not be doing it for much longer, especially if they're coming from China.
oh yeah.
There's a bug they might not want to be chasing.
Steve says a milk bottle with beer in it. Yeah, yeah, I'll take that. So, Lola, now that you've had your 2 episodes into your show, you're getting a co-host soon. She actually has a sponsor coming in, which that's some BS, yo. I don't have a sponsor.
AdamandEve.com?
No, no, no.
No.
It's a VPN network.
A VPN network.
Yeah, that hides your internet
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
so you can look at porn. Oh no, it's
Oh,
not.
sweet.
Rob says that's a fila, not a ism.
Feel. Yeah.
So, what? It's somebody's fetish, Rob. I'm just kidding. And they
Isms that are non-violent are dangerous.
well, filas are dated.
Feelers are dangerous.
Yeah, well,
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
break the law real quick. Come on, guys, it'll be fun. So, Lola,
Rob's gonna have to come on my show soon.
yeah.
We'll have an interesting talk.
The good thing about Rob is having him on the show, especially because our topic today was if females in comics are drawn too sexy, and if the females who are southern comics themselves are sometimes pushing themselves as sex objects to push the book, and I mean, I've seen some young ladies hike up the skirts at shows and oil the legs down, and I've seen it. Or the boobs, yeah. But I've seen them. I've seen some real greasy legs walking through the convention center before, and and they're like, "Hey, buy my book. Look at these." Yeah. Rob says think pedophilia. No, I won't think pedophilia. I will not.
Okay, what about aquaphilia? Aquaphilia.
Aquaphilia. Who's that? She Aquafina's sister?
Aquafina.
No, remember the one we were looking at about water?
Yeah. Eric says very deep dive research into fetish leads and walking funny with PTSD and herpes. There are people out there who try to catch herpes, and there was one guy who was
Yes.
upset because he got infected with the package twice. Yeah,
2 different strands.
yeah. So it was
Those
hard to
people
treat.
need a bit of counsel.
Yeah. Steve says you guys should do a panel together at New York Comic Con. I would go. Yeah, we'd all do a panel at New York Comic Con. I'm sure other people will come. You might be the only one there, Steve. You might be the only one there in the audience. Especially after Randy tells everybody to get education, and then everybody in this room. If you know who Will Eisner is, raise your hand.
What
Wanna
what
raise it?
what are we talking about? Traverse City?
No, he was saying he's saying that Steve is in New York, and he says we should do a panel together at New York Comic Con.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rob says comics are fantasy and
New York
cons.
Comic Con has to let us in first.
Oh, yeah.
Or invite us as a guest. So
Yeah,
neither one of which I've seen happen.
yeah, we'll just break in. So, Rob says comics are fantasy and cons full of cosplay proves women like fantasy as much as men. Aquaphile can be drowned and often get hurt. Yeah, well, I mean, not according to some people. Aquaphile. Sounds like something Aquaman does. Well, I didn't ask Alexa anything. I said Aquaphile. That's not. Sorry, I just seen my Alexa light up. And Steve Lopez says, "F that. If that's it, I bring the beers and the smokes." Yeah, we'll do a panel outside of the show. How about that?
Yeah.
Nice little panel outside the show. It'll be awesome. Yeah. So Lola, is that it for tonight? Are we done?
Yeah, unless anyone else wants to ask me any questions.
Yeah. Randy, did you see all the questions she had?
Yeah,
Yeah. L.
yeah, I was.
Nolan
Yeah,
wrote in. It was kind of
yep.
cool. Yeah. Still, Lola still needs a bunch of bumpers on her. Well, she has bumpers. She needs a bunch of
I
bumpers
think
on.
I have all the bumpers I need right here. And they're getting bigger, so these
She's.
are life support right here.
I think we mentioned that she's got to go to the doctor because they're getting bigger again, and her yearly pay they hurt right now. So
Yeah.
that's what happens. It sucks for me because it means she has to be bought another bra, and they're getting expensive. They're getting up there in the $80-$90 range now, and
Yeah.
screw this, man.
Well, it also sucks because I can't find a decent shirt. I have to get like 2 times the size of shirt that I would wear just for my boobs. Then it's all baggy at the bottom.
Get a nice baggy sweatshirt like me.
I mean, like this shirt, I can't even button it. If I button it, the buttons go bloop.
Yeah. I hate those buttons. All right, good night, Eric. Eric says,
Turn your mic on, buddy.
Rob says people set each other on fire, electrocute each other as well. Yeah, those people need counseling. Those people need counseling. But you know what?
See, I used to set myself.
All depends on how much they're using.
I used to play with fire a
How
lot.
detrimental.
I did. I would spray like my hands and my arms with like body spray and stuff and just light it on fire. It was, yeah. I had a fascination with fire, wax, stuff like that.
Steve says, "No, Lola, I can't use you as a pillow." There are people who do, like they have these things they do, but there are some people, and I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I've heard about it. It is sweeping the nation. Apparently, there are people who actually sit up at night. I don't know if it's a fetish or a philia or ism, but there are people who sit up at night and draw on paper and on digital screens pictures that make a story. And yeah. And then sometimes they print the story and they sell it to people. I don't know if it's a fetish or an ism, but jeez, those people need help.
It's a desperate cry.
Rob
for
said
attention.
he's gonna convert you, Grant, but which Grant?
One of them. Thank you guys for joining us. Lola, tell everybody where they can catch you with the next Geekgasm.
Geekgasm is every Wednesday at 9 p.m. And I will also be on IndieVolt every Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Yeah. All right. Randy, thanks for coming on with us. We appreciate it.
Well, yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Randy.
thanks
It
for
was
allowing
fun.
me to come on, even though I've been sitting here working.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
We had fun.
Always fun to be on.
Says they're gonna convert me, and then says that they do that in the subways all the time. Yeah, they do. They draw on the subways all the time. Steve, make sure you shoot IndieVolt the Facebook like as well, so you can keep up to date with more posts from Geekgasm and IndieVolt Live. I'd like to have you in the chat, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Steven, for having conversations with us.
Tom's Comic Book and Reviews. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Yeah, we're just getting ready to get out of here for the night, but yeah, glad you had fun, Steven. And we will see everybody back here. Me and Randy will be back in the morning, 9 a.m.
As long as you get up when your alarm rings.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make sure he's up.
Yeah.
Because I got to get the kid up at 7.
Yeah.
Then I'll get him up, and then I'll go to sleep.
All right, everybody, have a good night. I will see you bright and early tomorrow. Me and Randy not for Geekgasm, for IndieVolt Breakfast Buzz. We got Aaron Calamari tomorrow, and we also have. I should mention this. I guess I can. I guess I mentioned it. Eric, this is gonna be with us tomorrow. He's gonna unbox Earthbound.
Cool.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, everyone, for being
All right.
on here tonight. Bye, guys.